Well, business, man. What it do, man?
What it do?
Shit, man. You know, I appreciate y'all tapping in. You know what I'm saying? It's hot in the motherfucker in this goddamn room. They need to cut that AC on, but it's all good, man. Murder One. We got a Southpark Coalition legend in the building, man. You
OG.
know, I appreciate you tapping in. And we got a
Yes,
Mo
sir.
City legend in the building, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Murder One.
Yo,
Shit, man. Talk about Murder One before SPC. Before
man,
that SPC journey and all that, man. Talk about who Murder One was.
man. Murder One was just a little dude walking down the street, jamming music out the boom box back in the day. You know what I'm saying? A couple of my homeboys that with me now kind of saw me and asked me to be in a group. I didn't know how to write rhymes, stuff like that. But before that, my old man was the only one recording people in the neighborhood. So I was already into music. I just went into recording.
Oh, yo, man was recording?
Oh yeah, he was first to record in South Park.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Who
yes,
was
sir.
your old man? He was the first engineer?
They called him Daddy Rich, but he's Richard Thomas. He was doing recording off the 2-inch reels
Yeah.
back then, and that's when I got my first set of turntables because I was DJing also, and I got with my homeboy Guess and DJ Great formed a group called I3 Def,
Yeah.
where Guess now known as Victor Slick now he was doing all the writing until I learned how to use that pen. And then when I started using the pen, he kind of got to himself, kind of got different because I started to get the starlight. That's what he always wanted.
Yeah.
And then I pushed on to battle. We battle rappers from Jones to Sterling to with Big Mello, all them cats, K
Yeah.
Reno and all them. We used to battle Reno and them. That's how I got cool with Reno after him and Gangsta Nip battle. So we doing that. I was DJing clubs. Well, I wasn't DJing. No, I wasn't DJing. I was DJing house parties. It wasn't clubs.
Yeah.
So I was DJing house parties, and I was, selling mixtapes to make money in high school, stuff like that. And then moved on to SPC in '87.
So around this time when you doing all that, just in the mid-'80s?
Yeah, 79, 80, something
So
like that. Yeah.
let me ask you this. I just want to go a little bit off track. So because Screw music was, I heard back then made by Michael Price, somebody,
No,
something
no,
like
no,
that.
no, no, sir. No,
Okay,
sir.
so what came?
Daryl Scott, Blast
Scott,
Master
yeah.
Daryl Scott. So it wasn't screw music. It was slowed down, but it wasn't screw music. Screw music came back when the drug epidemic came back around in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Then screw music came out. Michael Price was doing it over at Yates,
Yeah, yeah.
but Daryl Scott was doing it around the whole city.
Was he doing it at the same time you was doing your DJ thing?
Who that?
Daryl Scott.
I mean, he was our OG.
Okay.
Yeah, he's our OG.
Okay, well, do
Yeah.
this. Tell him and the people out there to Dale Scott mixtapes start
0 to 15 and a half, 13 and a half, 14 and a half. 15 and a
around
half.
what year, would you say?
Oh, I got into Daryl Scott. It was like maybe 83.
All right.
He was doing.
Slow down music.
No, it wasn't slowed down.
Oh, it wasn't slowed down.
See,
Okay.
see, back then, when you DJ, you had two different things. You had a speed.
Yeah.
It was 33 and a half and 45. 45 made the record go slow.
Yeah.
So when Daryl Scott was mixing songs, any DJ blend songs, you got to make it faster or slower, or make it the same level.
Yeah.
So it was slow, but we didn't know it was slow because when we was coming, it was more slabs. It wasn't drugs. Drugs came in the early 90s. So that's when Screw came out the woodworks. So when Screw came out, everything was slow, loud, and banging. You know what I'm saying? With slabs. But that wasn't really named for slab. I mean, it was slabs. It wasn't slow, loud, and banging. Trading came up with that.
Yeah,
slow,
yeah.
loud, and banging. Slabs, slab was slab. Boys riding with swingers, hitting the boulevard every week, every day.
So check it out. You know what? To what he's saying, to what it is, I probably heard the first Daryl Scott mixtape like 86 or 87.
Yeah, wait for it.
So you're going to have a list to some songs that fit the name, to the tape, to the
Right,
mix.
right,
to,
yeah, right,
he
yeah.
was the first person that had slow down music on his tape
Right.
to the pitch to what Murder was
Right,
saying
the pitch,
before
right.
Michael Price as compared to like, the intro.
Right.
To the outro.
Right.
So the outro might be a slow down song.
Right.
So Michael Price and Screw them had all of it was regular speed.
Right.
And then when they got to it and touched it, they, screw ran
Add
through
they
the
stuff
machine
to it, right.
But Michael Price to Yates to the 1-2, so it'd probably be 1-2-3 like that.
Yeah, now with Screw was first.
Tough.
Screw was first. That's
Yeah.
ain't no hesitant about that. He was the first one to do it.
So